Hello, we are Tavon and David from TD Adventures.
How long have you had the Starlink?
So we bought the Starlink last June of 2022.
So June of 2023 will be a year.
That's right, which is now.
How do you like Starlink?
How do I like Starlink? Starlink works great when it's working. Our problem is that we have now had it not work twice. So it happened again on May 14th. Went to set up the Starlink after we arrived at the Cabello Lake State Park in New Mexico, and it just didn't connect up. It showed disconnected. So I opened up a help desk immediately through the app.
Because you can't call them.
You can't, no, you have to work through the app, go through the support link on the app, hit the thumbs down image on one of the questions, and does this question, does this, what does it say? Does this answer your question? Thumbs up, thumbs down. And if you hit thumbs down, then it brings you to okay, you can send in a request. So I filled it out, described all the behavior, and that was on the 14th. I did not check it religiously this time, but after a few days I checked, nothing. I put in a little, hey, anybody take a look at this yet? Wait a few days, do it again. And then on the 24th, they responded and said, based on the descriptions that I provided and looking at what they see from their end, they're just going to send me a whole new kit, replace every component. And
Was the last time?
Last time they sent a cable and the router, but the dish they did not replace. And in fact, this time, the dish was still working. When I set it up, the dish woke up, it went horizontal, it spun around, and eventually it would, cant over in the right direction to catch the satellites, but the router would never talk to it, so it always would show disconnected. While investigating the connectivity issues, I noticed, and I just stumbled upon this, that if you're connected to your hotspot and you fire up the Starlink app, it can connect to your dish, but through the internet instead of through the router. So it came up and it said, oh, you're connected. And I was excited. Oh, I'm all connected. And then I noticed I wasn't actually connected to the router. I was on my hotspot. And you can interrogate it. You can see all the screens in the app, and you can see what sort of, so the dish was connecting to the internet, but the router was not communicating with the dish. And maybe that's an issue with the dish or the router or the cable, and they just decided to replace all the components. And once I set up the new ones, it's working great. But it's always working great until it doesn't work at all. So let's hope we stay on the it's always working great. So before you put in a service ticket or a request, double check your shipping address, because when they do respond, they're going to send it to that shipping address. And for us, and we're traveling, it would not have been good for it to be shipped to our home address in Connecticut while we're in New Mexico. But fortunately, we have a friend who lives in New Mexico, and I put her address in. So then when it was shipped, it went to her location, and it's about 5 hours away from us here. And it just so happened she was coming this way to go to Colorado, and so she was able to bring it to us, which was fantastic. For Starlink, when it comes to customer service, the response time is terrible. I mean, this was like 10 days. But their service is great. They sent me a whole new kit. I mean, how can you ask for more than that? And they shipped it, and I think it took 4 days, but that did cross Memorial Day weekend, so it probably would have maybe taken 3 days. So service is great. Response time, they need to work on the response time, because 10 days is a long time to wait. Unfortunately, we carry multiple ways to connect to the internet. We have hotspots of AT&T and Verizon, and we were able to use the Verizon hotspot here in the campground where we are right now. We can see the Verizon tower, and we've had great data back and forth with that. So we haven't suffered for not having the satellite, except it's kind of kept us parked here. We didn't want to go where there might be poor service. While, you know, I do work full time every day, I need to be able to connect up to the internet to do my job. And so we've kind of been stuck here for, well, now it's almost 2 weeks by the time we leave. And we don't usually stay anywhere that long, but it's all good because we had good connectivity.
How do you feel about Starlink?
Oh, Starlink's great. You know?
You like the product?
Oh yeah, when it connects up, which for us apparently is a roll of the dice. It's really good.
One that have problems?
Yeah, I don't know. And you need to, with Starlink, you need to have a clear view of the sky, right? You can't set it up under trees, and we all know that. But yesterday we had a hailstorm, and it kind of surprised us. We didn't know it was coming. And if I had, I may have brought in the dish. But it went across, and at the height of the hailstorm, connectivity was lost. And if you look on I took a screenshot of it, you can see that we had no connectivity. So there was so much mass between it and the satellites, it couldn't get a signal. So there was a lot of stuff coming down. Yeah, that was, yeah. Imagine like dipping dots everywhere. They were bigger than dipping dots, but they were round like dipping dots, and they were all over the ground. And I picked some up in my hand, and I was like, look at that. And once the hailstorm was over, within an hour to an hour and a half, they all melted away because it's really too warm for that here. The sun came out and it all melted away. But it was like we were in a tin can getting pummeled, though, at the height of that. It was very loud in here. This
Oh, rain's coming.
As I recall, it's going to point somewhere out in that direction. So that's why I'm way over here, so that we're not getting, having the people next door getting in the way.
Go through the window.
Parked it on the arm.
Booting. Oh, here you go. Okay. Searching. So that's what it's spinning, right? That right there.
It's searching right now.
Okay.
This can take a minute or two.
Okay. So they stop. What happened here?
It's just going through its next phase. Now it says offline.
Before it was saying searching.
Right. Oh, now it
What is it doing now?
just went to online.
Oh yeah, it switched from. Okay. And then eventually that thing's gonna move too.
It will. It'll move one more time because it's still doing the calibrations. So, see, it's cycled on and then off.
Is that normal?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's online again.
Yep. See, it's calibrating connection. It says give it 15 minutes to settle out.
Oh, here we go. A final position, right?
Yep.
Normally pointing north, right?
Yeah, now it's cycled to searching, offline, online. And we're good to go. No, sometimes it takes a minute for the speed test to, here we go.
And then just select this for the network and we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there you go, 57 down and between 6 and 8 up. Drip down to 5 a little bit. There you go, 5.1 up, 57 down.
Okay, what'd you do? Taking it down?
Right, so we're gonna connect up this, it's right there, right?
Yeah.
Can you see us both?
Yeah.
So it's online. If we want to just take a quick look here, statistics. If we're looking at obstructions, there aren't any, because you know there's nothing overhead. So I'm going to go down here to settings, and I'm going to go to Starlink, and I'm going to slide to stow. All right,
Turn it down. Yeah.
and it adjusted it, and we're good to go. So we've already stowed it, and now I just unplug it, and you unplug the power, and you unplug the cable, and then I will be rolling up the cable and all the rest and putting it in the box in a second.
Okay, that's the box.
That's the box, right? First we put in the power cable, and put the router, and this is the original shipping container from a year ago. And I'll put it in like this.
Take this, you do it through the
Cable.
one.
We're going to take this off the base. There we go. I'm leaving this connected.
Leaving
Yep.
connected. That's the way they sent it.
That's the way they sent it. That's right.
Yeah. Leaving it connected because that's the way they sent it.
I'll just set this here while I get the. So there we go.
All done.
Ready to be transported to the next location.
That is what the kit looks like, huh?
It's ready to go.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. What do
It
you
all
think?
worked.
What do you think of Starlink?
It's excellent when it works.